All right, welcome back. Now, I'm 46, 47. I forgot how old I am. Uh, and what I've learned since I've been on this earth is that when I'm not in a good mood, it's always because I'm not doing something. Usually, I cannot figure out why I'm depressed. Okay, bad mood, depression, frustration. Sometimes these feelings hit me and I don't know why. I don't know what the cause is. I'm not behind on bills. Life is going smooth. But for whatever reason, I'm in a terrible mood, frustrated, and I'm irritable. I've learned that every time I feel like this, it is because I'm missing something. There's a lack of balance somewhere in my life. I did not produce a live stream yesterday because of that. Many of you figured out by now that when I take a step back away from YouTube, I'm not in the best of moods. And I believe I figured out why. I am under the control of bad emotions quite often. It is because I lack balance. And I want to use this stream to bring balance and to celebrate the success of the movement. Celebrate the success of the dog culture critics. Whether or not people who turn against dogs is the result of listening to dog culture critics or not, I'm personally happy whenever I see a dog lover turn against dogs. As a dog lover, for those of you who are dog lovers, the most honorable thing you could do in your life is to become a hater of dogs and a critic of dog culture. That's the most honorable thing you can do, the most meaningful and positive. Understand, this is the most positive and beneficial thing you could possibly do with your life if you're a dog lover. The more diehard of a dog lover you are, the more of an impact, the more significant your turning away from dogs will be. And I got the feeling to make this stream in response to a couple comments left by followers. First, Kathy Cooper 7872. She left this, I think now 5 days ago. She said, "I will never own another dog." Now, these are the types of comments that I log on to YouTube for, and I'd never figured it out. I've never figured it out until recently. I need to stop jumping online only looking for bad negative things. That is, like dog attacks. People, youngsters, elderly people ripped apart and deleted by dogs. I need to stop only focusing on seeking out depressing things that upset me and work my nerves. And I need to actively seek out success and happiness. We as humans, we thrive on both positive and negative energy. It has to be in combination. Another user, I'm not sure how to pronounce his or her name. Is that Lisa? Lisa? Maybe Lisa? Is that an I? I'm not sure. Somebody help me out with that. Issa Kuth said, I just wanted to say thank you for all your hard work you do, IHD. You're welcome. Says, as a victim of a dog attack, you gave me confidence to speak out on this toxic dog culture. Yes. Let me stop and celebrate. Yes. That's what I'm trying to do. And I need to come out and admit that more often. Dog lovers, I'm trying to get you to turn against your dog, to take it to a shelter somewhere and get rid of it. I prefer you request to have it euthanized. Just euthanize these turd producing factories. Shout out to K Nunn, who recently made a video talking about how these things are nothing but excrement factories. And shout out to all the content creators. They give me life too. The OG Animal Control recently did a live stream. I haven't gotten around to checking it out, but I will. I had a few people ask about that. And all the other content creators. I believe it would make all of us happy, all the content creators happy, to find out that a video that they made inspired them to get rid of their worthless mutt and to never acquire another one again. That will satisfy all of us. I feel like, even though, we don't know each other that well, I feel like I know all content creators at least that much. Even the ones who haven't made content in a long time. Shout out to those content creators as well. Now let's finish this statement. Thank you very much for these statements. He said, I finally have the courage to speak out at my school. Speak out at my son's school. Can you believe that? That's true success right there. Wow. That have dogs at pickup and drop off at the splash pad I take him to. Thank you again. Your hard work is not fruitless. Thank you. And I'm telling you now, reading comments like this makes me feel a whole lot better. I can feel my brain releasing the chemicals saying more, more. Soak in more of this, IHD. The greatest blessing that any human can enjoy is the blessing of turning against dogs, waking up to the truth about how much of a piece of trash dogs are. I don't think anything, there's very few things that can make you happier than that. So I decided to actively look for more comments like this. Now, I made a point to not pay attention to any of the posts in dog free because, of course, you're going to expect anti-dog comments in dog free. I think what's far more significant is the posts left in other groups that's not focused on being anti-dog. That's when you know the people are truly, truly genuine. And look at this. This is a pro-dog group. See that? Am I horrible that I don't want my dog anymore? No. You're now awake, sir, ma'am. That was just a year ago they made this. Another one, just a year old. I don't like my dogs anymore now that I have kids. Now, we've read a lot of comments like that. And this is a natural instinct. That's not only my theory. Several women have also said it's a natural instinct. What was the moment you realized that you don't like dogs? Look at this. I don't love my dogs anymore. There are a lot of stories like this, and it's a crime against my own platform to not recognize and celebrate these confessions that are made publicly. Shame on me, because I would have been all over this had I had my mind set on it. And that was, again, just a year ago. I don't love my dogs anymore. You're not supposed to. You never should have fell in love with them in the first place. Do you generally fall in love with brick walls? Do you fall in love with inanimate objects? Well, dogs are more worthless than that. It is. I don't like dogs anymore and need help. Now, that's from Dog Free, but no, you don't need help. That was a year ago. And again, some of these comments are worth pointing out because a lot of these people are new to Dog Free. Look at this, casual conversation. I don't like dogs. There, I said it. Thank you. I don't want my dog anymore. Thank you. Let's look at a different subject. A different platform. This is in Quora. Why I don't like dogs anymore. Am I awful for not wanting my dog anymore? Is it bad to hate my dog? Am I a bad person if I don't like dogs? Look at this. What do I do if I don't want my dog anymore? This is normal, meaning this is the norm. This happens on a regular basis. Dog lovers are the only pet lovers who have to put effort into enjoying their pet. Should I say that again? You don't have to put effort into enjoying the presence of a kitten. They make you enjoy their presence. They'll walk up to you calmly, quietly, respectfully, gently brush against you and show you affection. Dogs walk up, sniff, throw snot, throw saliva, make nasty, dumb noises, looks dumb, move erratically, stinking, right? Farting, nasty turd mutants. They're annoying just being there. And this is why there are so many stories out here from dog owners who say, I made a mistake. That is the norm in dog culture. Oh, I feel like I made a mistake. Shortly after they acquire these turd trash mutants, they get overwhelmed with this feeling of having made a mistake. Oh, what have I done? Dumb mutt tearing up their home and driving them crazy. Oh no, I can't believe. And then they're reaching out, trying to get help. Oh, what do I do? You shouldn't have to do that. That is a red flag. That's several red flags. To get rid of it, they're not man's best friend. And those goofy ideologies is the only thing that forces these people to keep those dogs, to work through it. Oh, I have to keep trying. It must be me. That's a big reason too why they end up keeping the dog. They eventually start blaming themselves. Oh, something must be wrong with me. Look at all the other dog lovers. They have no problem loving their dog, but me. No. That is your natural instinct talking to you. And I'm so proud of all of you who have turned against these worthless, good-for-nothing pieces of trash that are nothing but a waste of money and a threat to your family and your neighbors. I make a point to take care of my neighbors. I once left my water running and, it kind of flooded just a little bit. My neighbor didn't even notice it. I went down there and compensated them, gave them money just in case I damaged any of their properties. I'm always quiet. When I listen to music, I keep my headphones in. And if it's not headphones, it's very low. My neighbors never hear me. Neighbors should look out for you. That's really what you're paying for. When you move out into the suburbs, into a nice neighborhood, you're not just paying that extra money for a nice home. You're paying for your neighbors. Civilized people who are going to have your back, look out for you, and not be a nuisance. You can't say that about dog owners. Dog owners are the worst neighbors you could possibly have. Now, I wanted to share this. Can you believe this? This is a pro dog website. A truth no one tells you. You will hate your dog sometimes, and it's okay. Really? They wrote this in 2021. Really? Is that the case with other pets? Do y'all go through a phase when you acquire a fish, hamster, kitten? Do y'all go through a phase after you first get it where you hate it? You feel like you're losing your mind? No. You only get this with dogs because they are man's worst enemy. Stop trying. Stop trying. Don't acquire them. If you already have, get rid of them. Be one of those people who, turned out to be a dog hater after spending a long time pretending to be in love with them. Because I believe a lot of you are actors. You put in so much effort to try to convince yourselves to like these things. And it's very sad to see. Oh, there's nothing like dog culture critics.
A Central Florida woman is facing animal cruelty charges. She's accused of tossing her dog over a fence at the Lake County Animal Shelter. Deputies say Danielle Carrion called Animal Services saying she needed to drop off her dog. They told her the shelter was closed and she could come back later. But later, an animal enforcement officer found her dog on the property trying to escape. Both.
She couldn't even wait till the next day. How telling is that? Hey, just come back later, ma'am. No, I need to get rid of this thing right now. Oh, you're closed? Oh, you're closed, huh? She scurried out there and got rid of that mutt. Look at the urgency. The urgency by so many of these people. It is telling. And these are people who are putting in effort to be dog lovers. Good for you, Danielle. Good for you. And hopefully you have not acquired another dog, and hopefully you are now one of us. Right? Hopefully you have your They Live glasses on now. Now y'all see that thumbnail, that classic thumbnail of a turd flying through the air, where a former dog lover, or he may still be a dog lover, but he got fed up with that particular mutt. That happens a lot more often than most of us are aware of.
So many of you call.
Now, you know how YouTube is, so I'm not going to show the actual tosses. But there's another video where, a dog lover just couldn't take it no more. Came through and dropped off a turd. Right? Take this turd. Never should have acquired it in the first place. I believe this is normal. It happens every day. People getting tired of these worthless mutts. Look at this joker. Now, you know what's funny about this? Wait a minute. Look at this. See that? Just ran. He ran over here, and then after he tossed it, he ran back. Look at how desperate some of these people are. Like they just have to hurry up and get rid of it. Toss. See, in dog culture, one of the things you see is dogs flying. Dogs flying everywhere. Because Nutter's always throwing them off of cliffs, off buildings, over fences, out of vehicles, moving vehicles. They're always desperate to get rid of these mutts. That's telling. Shows you how crazy they were driven by the dog. Now, even though they show this, y'all know I got to be extra careful, and I'm not going to show it. I don't want to hear your stupid music. This 2-year-old turd was dumped in a backyard. Oh, like I was saying, this was not even a shelter. This guy threw that dog onto a lady's property who already owned 2 large dogs. So they looked at her and said, oh, there's a nutter right there. They'll be happy to see another dog, and got rid of it that way. They knew that a nutter, a true nutter, would take good care of the dog. Look at the title. Video shows man fling small. Choice of words here, right? Oh, we got videos and we have news reports. I should have been all over this a lot sooner.
2 people were captured on surveillance.
Now, this is hilarious. This is hilarious.
Footage posted by an animal rescue in Spain abandoning a dog by throwing it over a fence appearing to be 12 feet tall. In the disturbing footage, you can see someone get out of a red car, walk over to the fence, and attempt to throw the...
He tried, I think it's a 10-foot tall fence. He tried to throw the dog over and failed. The dog crashed into the top of the fence and bounced back into his hands, which was funny. So then his buddy gets out the car and helps him. He climbs up the fence. See that? Climbs up the fence and tells his buddy to pass the dog to him. And then he, gently pulls the dog. But the thing is, look, here's another dog. Dogs ain't supposed to be here. People, they do this all the time. They do this all the time. It's that common. The shelter's closed. You want to get rid of your dog? Oh, let's toss it over the fence. It's sort of like auto repair shops, right? If you go up after hours, some auto repair shops will have, these forms you can fill out. You can drop it, you put your keys in there and leave your vehicle there. Let them know what's wrong on the form that you fill out, because cars break down so often. These shops know that some people need to drop their car off after hours because it happens so often. Well, the same thing with these worthless maggots. These excrement factories, just worthless. Not even dog culture, not even dog lovers can hide how worthless they are. You can't even hide it behind your own behavior. Here's another case. This was 6 years ago. You see that? Hilarious. Skirt. Pulls up and gets rid of that turd. What's wrong, dog lovers? I thought these things were so wonderful. Why are dogs the only pets that you see being tossed around, given away, discarded. They'll go into the woods, pretend they're going jogging. Their whole plan was to abandon the dog. They come up with elaborate scheme. Look at this. This joker came, tossed that dog over the fence, didn't want it anymore. Now listen to this. I think this has audio, and sadly I can't show it. And you know what? Sorry about that. Let me share each one. Shout out to everybody. Oh, we're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy this. Because there was something funny said. Okay, this is not the one. On one of these, the narrator said that the person threw the dog over the fence as if it was a piece of trash. Ma'am, it was. It was, and they are. And I'm going to find that video because it was just too funny. He threw it like a piece of trash. Oh, listen to that. Y'all hear that? You hear that music? Is that music? No. Okay, I thought they put some horror music in the background. Stop it. I wouldn't put that past you.
Well, everybody, this is my new best friend, Jenny, and her friend, this little hedgehog right here. You see how unbelievably friendly she is? Unbelievably
No, I don't.
friendly? And you won't believe the kind of abuse that she endured. I want to warn you, when you see this video, it's going to make you angry. This video is from outside animal control in Okeechobee. A man has backed his truck up to the fence and climbed into the back. Watch as he picks up a puppy from the truck and tosses her.
Yeah. My question is, why are so many dog lovers getting rid of these dogs? I thought they were so wonderful. Now, I can't show the actual toss. You see? You see that? Even with this media outlet, they disabled the comment section. And I believe YouTube did that.
Puppy from the truck and tosses her over a 7-foot fence onto the ground. This is that adorable puppy. Her name is Jenny, about...
That turd is not adorable. It's hideous. It looks dumb. Looks nasty. It's unsightly. And all that. It's not adorable. And I want y'all to watch this. This pathetic, food-obsessed parasite.
This is that adorable puppy.
This is pathetic. I'm going to make a whole stream about this. About how y'all always have to pretend you got food in your hand for the thing to even want to come up to you. And all this time, you've been lying, saying that dogs want to get your scent. Oh, look, hold out your hand. It wants to get your scent. No, it don't. Just want to sniff your hand and see if you got food in it. Each and every time. Each and every time. Dogs are not, these dumb things ain't smart enough to get your scent. What they gonna do with your scent? Huh? What they gonna do with it? They sniff buttholes. Why? Because there's excrement in there that they love to eat. They sniff your hand. Why? Because a lot of times there's food in your hands. Don't get carried away, nutters. Always trying to make these things sound like sophisticated angels. Oh, he wants your scent so he could, love you later in life. He can find you in the crowd. Shut up, nutters. Turds ain't looking for nobody's scent. It's looking for the scent of food.
To the ground. This is that adorable puppy. Her name is Jenny.
You see them. The mutt walked up and you pathetic had to pretend you had food.
Adorable puppy. Her name...
It melted, half dead mutt. Turd. Melting. Turd mutt.
Adorable puppy. Her name is Jenny, about 6 months old. When we met her tonight...
Look at that. Went from one hand to start sniffing and licking the other. No food there. So then it went in and kept sniffing on him.
Tonight, she walked with only a slight limp, almost a medical miracle. Take a look at her.
All of that. These nutters are look at how affectionate. He's looking for food the whole time.
Only a slight limp, almost a medical miracle. Take a look at her x-ray. Her back right leg was snapped in half. An orthopedist performed
Okay. We'll let the dog lovers cry over that. My question is, if they're so wonderful, why do so many of you get rid of them so often? Struggle love. You gotta struggle to like these. And look at this dummy. Why are you doing that? You're not supposed to do that. And it's so pathetic that they're, always looking for food. And this is food motivation as well.
And this is the woman who's led the charge in getting Jenny healthy. Barbie Moline runs a Palm City shelter called Nala's New Life Rescue. Animal Control called Barbie because they...
Ugh, that's disgusting. And why is this retarded thing got his face it's begging for food if you ask me. All it has to do is lick her face and then boom. That's how they beg for food. I don't want no dog's face up in my face like this. Everything about these things is an unpleasant experience. I don't want nobody millimeters from my face, especially not a stinking face, slobbering, nasty turd factory.
Called Nala's New Life Rescue. Animal Control called Barbie because they knew Jenny was badly hurt and needed expensive care. Barbie immediately picked Jenny.
That is so inappropriate and nasty.
Up.
It's awful.
Shut up. You're awful. You and your zoophile behavior. These degenerates. They need to be put on blast and called out.
And accused of throwing.
When they engage in public displays of intimacy like that. I don't want to see you tonguing a dog. How about that? Nasty nutters.
Accused of throwing his dog over a fence near a Riverside County cell tower. Robert Ruiz Jr. was taken.
Now he is the one who contributed to my thumbnail.
Into custody yesterday at his home in Winchester. Police also found another dog there and took it to an animal shelter. Ruiz faces charges of animal cruelty for tossing the 8-year-old pit bull mix over.
Temporary insanity. He was driven crazy. Give him a break. You never should have arrested him. Okay? He was driven crazy by that mutt.
Over a fence and then leaving it there. Happened last month. Officers believe Ruiz abandoned another dog that is currently missing. As for the 8-year-old pit bull mix, he was adopted at the...
Smarten up. Stop adopting them. You see that barbed wire top of the fence? There's one video where this nutter tried to throw a dog over the fence. And the dog got caught on the barbed wire. It literally was stuck up there. He had to go peel it off and retoss it. I might have it here. Boy, they go through, and this happens a lot, people. Been happening a lot for a long time. Now, I think I talked about this. Maybe I was with the members. But I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. And that's another thing. Dog lovers always, like I made videos about it, you always see them hitting their dog, smacking their dog around, yelling at their dog, screaming at their dog. You don't hear people screaming at cats, smacking cats around. It's a pattern with dogs. Because dogs are annoying, they're unpleasant to have as company. Oh yes, because I hate this idea that they're man's best friend. How can you not love dogs? Y'all have created a culture around demonizing people who don't like dogs? No. I think, no, this is just another, look at this, just another case of these people being fed up with these parasites, these walking turd factories. They're fed up with them. Man caught on video, look at this, viciously tossing dog over. How do you viciously toss a dog? Huh? Stop it. They always gonna put extras when you're getting rid of a dog. Look at that. This is a common theme in dog culture. Dog lovers tossing dogs over fences. Tossing them everywhere. Tossing them off a cliff. I mean, you really can't make this up. Let me show y'all something else. Look at this. Is it normal? Is it normal that I don't like dogs anymore? Yes, it is. Of course it is. See, these are types of conversations a lot of dog lovers have behind closed doors that they don't tell us about. They don't share these types of thoughts and discussions, you know, when they're amongst themselves, when they're out in public. But hey, this may as well be in public. Y'all sharing this. Thank goodness for the internet. Revealed y'all's true experiences. Now, what is this? Oh boy. And you know, these are my favorite types of websites to share because these are everyday people. These are forums. These are everyday people. And this was only in 2022, a couple years ago. I don't know if I want my dog anymore. I thought they were so wonderful. I thought they were, you know, they celebrate that this is man's best friend, yet there are more complaints about these things as pets than there are about any other pet. Because they're not man's best friend. They're the most annoying creatures to keep as pets and the most unsuited to keep as pets. Look at this. Here's another one. Way back in 2013. I can't stand my dog anymore. Why is this a reoccurring thing? Why? If they're so wonderful. I've been saying for a long time, it's natural for us to detest dogs. You can even see that amongst dog lovers themselves. You can only look at the dog lover population and you can see that it's normal for people to dislike these things. Because almost all of them, pretty much all of them, when they first get one, they want to get rid of them. And dogs have the highest turnover rate where they're brought right back to the shelter within a day, 2 days or so. As soon as they get home, they're like, oh, nope, it's not going to work out. And that's why they put so much promotion behind dogs. Oh, they're wonderful. And they try to shame you into adopting them, shame you into keeping them. Look at this. I'm generally an animal person, but I'm to the point where I think I need to give my dog away. You are an animal person, ma'am. You're not a dog person. You only dislike dogs. When you hear somebody say that, oh, I'm an animal person, I love animals, you're talking about dogs and dogs only. She keeps barking at the slightest thing and waking up. What is this? DS1 from his naps. She's done it at least 3 times a week. I'm so tired because I don't get a nap either. And then have to deal with a cranky kid because he didn't sleep either. This is a horrible addition to any home. No such thing as a family dog. These things don't deserve and they don't belong in the family. They can't fit into a family structure because of things like this. When are we going to get around to why and how they're so wonderful? Are you dog lovers? Everything you hear about these things, even statements that come from the dog owners and dog lovers themselves, you hear chaos. Look at this. I can't take it anymore. Listen to this lady. I can't take it anymore. Struggle love. You got to struggle love these things. And all of you dog lovers, you can all relate to this, what this woman is saying. She said, I need rest. I don't want her waking up my newborn. And DS once LO is here. I'm not sure what that means. I'm in tears right now because I'm just so frustrated. Listen to that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love how easy it is to hate these things and be one of the only few people not afraid to admit it, to talk about it, to say it out loud, and to lean into my hatred of them. Y'all better wake up playing this dumb game. Young people, y'all don't want to be a part of this group of nutters. They're going out the window. She said, DH isn't even around lately to help me because, okay, so she's having a horrible time. So when you hear all these stories, when you see these groups, when you run across these dog lovers and they're trying to tell you about how wonderful dogs are, and can you believe they have the nerve to say that something's wrong with you if you don't want to be around these things? When dog lovers, y'all don't want to be, you all struggle yourselves to be around them. Huh? Get a load of these people. Something's wrong with you if you don't like dogs. You're immoral if you don't like dogs. Who are you kidding? Isn't that crazy for stuff like that to come from a group of people who've normalized tossing them over fences, who's normalized crying for help and frustration about how you're sick of them, how they're driving you crazy. And to top it all off, these nutters actually say that these same creatures that drives everybody crazy are good for therapy? Pathetic. Now, I went over this briefly with the members, but you see, this is over 6 minutes long, this video right here. So they really wanted to promote these dogs. And during this whole segment, the dogs were asleep the whole time. She overdrugged them. Because every time you bring them on the news, every time you're about to put a huge spotlight on them, dog lovers know to drug them up. Because of all the stuff we just went over about how crazy these things drive you. They don't want you to see that natural side of dogs when they're advertising them. So whenever they bring them on to these news shows, or usually, they drug them up. And when they don't drug them up, it's the most horrible segment you can imagine. Look, this is a new environment. They're around new, strange people. A lot of commotion. A lot of moving in the back. You got production teams. You got people moving all over the place, all kinds of new faces. And you telling me these things decided on their own to fall asleep? They felt that comfortable, and they're even on a new surface. They felt that comfortable. No, the only way they would do this is if they were drugged up. Pathetic. So, in these moments where you see dog lovers and their dogs are well behaved, you can't even give them credit. Can't give them credit for it because you don't know if that thing is drugged up or not. How pathetic is that? These things are so annoying. So annoying and unwanted. Such an annoying pest. A nuisance. Always bothering people, sniffing on people, begging for food, making noises, breaking things, starting fires. K9 recently made a video talking about what dogs contribute, saying that they don't contribute or produce nothing but excrement. And that's a fact. But aside from excrement being the only thing they produce, the only thing they do is negative. Everything they do is negative. They are breaking something, attacking people. They don't do nothing beneficial. And the only time that you can use them for something beneficial is if you train them vigorously with food. And at that point, they don't know what they're doing anyways. So you can't give them credit for it. Nothing but turd producers. They produce how much? Just tons of excrement every single day. When I see these things, all I see is excrement. That's all they produce. Think about it. They don't produce love. They don't produce companionship. What we just went over is not companionship. It ain't friendship. None of us feel like this with our friends. We don't have the urge to go toss our friends over fences, straight up abandon them. So it's pathetic. Youngsters, I know many of you felt the urge to walk away, to stay away from dogs. Your parents.
Central Florida.
Your parents trying to
A woman is facing animal cruelty charges.
Parents trying to turn you into a nutter. Many of you had the feeling inside, gross. I don't want no parts of this. I'm telling you now, that's a natural instinct, a natural feeling that even many of them experience each and every day. Follow that voice in your head. Get away from it. Even if you have to start crying, cry. You don't want nothing to do with these things. I don't care how friendly they might start acting. And they don't act friendly. They don't have friendly behavior. All they do is sniff on you looking for food. And if they're not doing that, then they're trying to attack you. These goofy, slow nutters, they simply interpret the dog begging for food, asking for food. They interpret it as affection. Don't follow them. Do not follow them. It's inaccurate. It's stupid and embarrassing. How can you be that desperate for affection when there's people everywhere? You got family everywhere. There's no reason to turn to a stinking, worthless turd. Shout out to all of you able to join me for this live stream. And I hope you can join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.